Humans are social creatures. We crave connection. Whether it's with family, friends, romantic partners, or colleagues, these relationships are essential for our happiness and well-being. They provide us with love, support, and a sense of belonging. But let's face it, not all relationships are created equal. Sometimes we find ourselves stuck in unhealthy situations that bring us down instead of lifting us up. Have you ever felt like you're constantly walking on eggshells around someone? Maybe you've stayed in a relationship that drains your energy and makes you feel bad about yourself. If you answered yes, you're not alone. Millions of people struggle with unhealthy relationships. The good news is, there's a way out. By understanding why we get into bad relationships and how to identify the red flags, we can learn to build healthy and fulfilling connections. In this video, we'll delve into the psychology of relationships. We'll explore the reasons why people get stuck in unhealthy patterns, how to spot the warning signs of a toxic connection, and most importantly, how to build strong, lasting relationships that enrich our lives. Alright, so why exactly do we end up in relationships that don't serve us? Well, there are a bunch of reasons, and some of them might surprise you. First, let's talk about unrealistic expectations. Maybe you grew up on a steady diet of fairy tales and Disney movies, where love is effortless and fireworks explode with every glance. The truth is, real relationships take work, and they don't always feel like a constant state of euphoria. Second, there's the whole love at first sight phenomenon. Pop culture bombards us with the idea that instant spark equals true love. But intense initial attraction can be a recipe for disaster. It can cloud your judgment and make it difficult to see potential red flags down the line. Social pressures also play a big role. Maybe your family keeps asking you when you're going to settle down, or your friends are all coupled up, and you feel the pressure to conform. Remember, a good relationship adds to your life. It doesn't fill a void or fulfill societal expectations. Fear of loneliness is another big one. Sometimes we settle for someone who isn't quite right simply because we can't bear the thought of being alone. But a lukewarm relationship won't chase away loneliness. It will only amplify it. And finally, past baggage can hold us back. Unresolved issues from previous relationships can make it difficult to trust and open up to new people. Understanding these common pitfalls is the first step to avoiding them. In the next section, we'll focus on how to identify the warning signs of a bad relationship before you get too deep. Okay, so you've swiped right, gone on a few dates, and maybe even started a new relationship. But how do you know if it's a healthy connection that will blossom, or a ticking time bomb waiting to explode? Here are some red flags to watch out for. First, a big one: constant negativity. Is your partner always putting you down, criticizing your choices, or making you feel bad about yourself? A healthy relationship should be a source of support and encouragement, not negativity. Second, controlling behavior. Does your partner try to dictate your every move, who you can see and what you can wear? This is a huge red flag for emotional abuse. A healthy relationship is built on trust and respect, not control. Third, excessive jealousy. Does your partner get jealous of every person you talk to, or accuse you of cheating without reason? This type of possessiveness is a sign of insecurity and can be very damaging. Fourth, lack of emotional intimacy. Do you feel like you can't truly open up to your partner or share your deepest feelings? Emotional intimacy is essential for a fulfilling relationship. Finally, unhealthy communication patterns. Do you guys fight constantly or avoid conflict altogether? Healthy couples know how to communicate openly and respectively, even when they disagree. Remember, these are just a few examples. If you find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, feeling anxious, or unhappy in your relationship, it's time to take a step back and reevaluate. Okay, so far we've talked a lot about romantic relationships, but unhealthy dynamics can creep into any relationship, whether it's with friends, family, or colleagues. Here's how to spot the red flags. First, watch out for one-sided friendships. Does the relationship feel constantly draining? Are you always the one giving support and listening to their problems, but they never reciprocate? Healthy friendships are a two-way street. Second, toxic family dynamics. Do certain family members constantly criticize you, guilt trip you, or create drama? It's important to set boundaries with family, even if it means limiting contact with negative influences. And finally, unhealthy work relationships. Does a colleague constantly gossip, take credit for your work, or create a hostile work environment? Talk to your supervisor or HR about these issues if possible. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by positive and supportive people. Cutting ties with someone who brings you down, even if it's a family member, can be incredibly liberating. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Does this mean I have to be alone forever? Absolutely not. Sometimes taking time for yourself can be the healthiest thing you can do. Focus on personal growth, reconnect with your hobbies and passions, and build a strong support system of positive people. Being alone for a while doesn't have to be lonely. It can be a time for self-discovery and rejuvenation. And when you finally do decide to enter a new relationship, you'll be better equipped to spot the red flags and choose someone who truly deserves your love and support. All right, so we've explored the reasons why we fall into unhealthy relationships and how to identify the red flags. But what can we do to break free from these patterns and build healthier connections? First, it's important to remember the old adage, it takes two to tango. Unhealthy relationships are rarely one-sided. Sometimes taking a step back and reflecting on your own behavior can be incredibly helpful. Are there ways you might be contributing to unhealthy dynamics? Consider these questions. Do you have unrealistic expectations of your partners? Do you struggle with communication or have trouble setting boundaries? Identifying your own areas for growth is crucial for building healthier relationships in the future. Second, invest in your own well-being. When you feel good about yourself, it shows. Prioritize self-care, pursue your passions, and develop healthy habits. The stronger your sense of self, the better equipped you are to navigate relationships with confidence. Third, expand your social circle. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people who uplift you and make you feel good. Healthy friendships can provide a strong foundation for your overall well-being. And finally, remember that therapy is an excellent resource. A therapist can help you identify unhealthy patterns, develop coping mechanisms, and build stronger communication skills. So does any of this resonate with you? Have you found yourself stuck in unhealthy relationships? What are some of the challenges you faced? Leave a comment below and share your story. You're not alone in this journey, and together, we can learn to build healthier and more fulfilling relationships.